സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം. Good morning. Namaste. Yeah. Can you hear? Audio is clear? Okay. Right. We'll start. Okay. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritav Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambattvamanusandathami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullarabindayada Patranetra Yena Tvaya Bharata Tailapurnaha Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mrtaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsasudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Mrtam Mahat Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronatata Jayadrathajalagam Dharanilopala Shalyagrahavathi Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikara Magara Duryodhana Vartini Sottirna Khalu Pandavai Hirananadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha Parasharyavachas Sarojamamalam Geetarthakhandotkadam Nanaakhyanaka Kesaram Harikadha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadeiraharaha Pepiyamanam Mudha Bhuyad Bharata Pangajam Kalimala Pradhamsina Shreyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marudastunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedais Sangavadakramo Parishader Gayanti Yam Samagaham Dhyana vasthita tadgatena manasa pashyantiyam yogino yasyandam na vidusura suragana devaya tasmai namaha. Good morning and welcome all. Namaste to all. We have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the sixth chapter. We completed up to the third verse. Sixth chapter, Dhyana Yogam. Third verse. Third verse is Arurukshor Muner Yogam Karma Karanamuchyate Yogarudhasya Tasyaiva Shamah Karanamuchyate. So here it is not the outward appearance that decides whether someone is a brahmajnani or not. It is not the outward appearance, or it is also not what karma he does, what action he is performing, or whether he is in action or whether he is not in action. Maybe somebody may be dynamic or somebody may not be. So it is not that action or it is not that outward appearance that will decide a jnani. Then what decides is that shamam, sarpa sankalpa sannyasam. That shamam is the lakshanam of a jnani. Shamam, we explained what it is. It is the sarva sankalpa sannyasam, complete renunciation of the attachment towards the result or the fruits of an action. So that attachment, if it is completely removed, that person is jnani, and he is a sarva sankalpa sannyasi. So Bhagavan explains here. The next verse clearly clarifies this point once again. Fourth verse, sixth chapter, Dhyana Yogam. यदा हि नेन्द्रियार्थेषु न कर्मस्वनुषज्यते सर्वसंकल्पसन्न्यासी योगारूढस्तदोच्यते. One more time. यदा हि नेन्द्रियार्थेषु न कर्मस्वनुषज्यते सर्वसंकल्पसन्न्यासी yogarudhastadochyate. Yadahi, whenever, indriyartheshu na anushajyate, someone does not stick to the indriyartheshu. Indriyartheshu means indriya vishayaha, all the objects of the indriyas, right? Whatever is you are hearing, whatever is you are smelling, tasting, seeing, etc., what the objects of this world, okay, whatever is the objects of this world, he is not sticky, or he is not running after those objects for his pleasure. Okay, so whoever is not sticky with this indriya vishayaha for his pleasure, okay, so for his pleasure or happiness, one does not run after them. One who is not sticky with this indriya vishayaha, indriyartheshu na anushajyate, then karmasu na anushajyate. Karmasu also not attached to the action with a desire for karma phala. Not attached to the action for the desire of a karma phalam or fruits of a karma, tada, then that person sarva sankalpa sannyasi, completely renouncing all the desires or imaginations. Sankalpam means whatever you imagine to be, whatever you want to be, sankalpam, or thoughts. That's those thoughts of, what are the thoughts? The thoughts, if it is dwelling upon the result or the dwelling upon the fruits of actions. One who is completely renouncing this, not at all thinking about all this, what is going to happen, not anxious, not at all anxiety at all, absolutely no anxious at all. His mind is not anxious. But if somebody who is not anxious about the result, then what will be his mind dwelling upon? In Atma or Bhagavan. or Brahman, all the same only. So one whose mind is not dwelling on the results or the fruits of an action, he is Sarva Sankalpa Sannyasi. Then he is called Yoga Rudhas Taduchyate. He is known as Yogarudha. He is called Yogarudha. Yogarudhas Taduchyate. He is known as Yogarudha. So, when having renounced all sankalpa, one does not get attached to the sense objects and actions, then alone has he ascended the peak of yoga. Yoga Rudha. Already we explained the Yoga Rudha. One who is at the peak of yoga. What is Yogam? Yogam is equanimity of the mind. Okay, equanimity of the mind. That mind which is not getting disturbed at all. That mind is one who attains that mind, one who reaches the peak of that. He is called Yoga Rudaha. And who is Yoga Rudaha? Sarva Sankalpa Sannyasi Yoga Rudas Taduchyate. So this is the explanation of a Sarva Sankalpa Sannyasi. So Shamam is, this is the Shamam. Shamam is Sarva Sankalpa Sannyasam is Shamam. In Viveka Chudamani, Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya, he has there is a verse. We'll do that. We will try to understand that verse. Virajya Vishayavrata Dosha Drishtya Muhurmuhu Swalakshe Niyatavastha Manasa Shama Uchyate Virajya Vishayavrata Dosha Drishtya Muhurmuhu Swalakshye Niyatavastha Manasaha Shama Uchyate. Shamaha is the calm, contemplative state of mind attained by the mind. Such a mind is ever steadily focused. This is achieved by repeatedly withdrawing it from the sense objects through a process of observation of their defects. We'll explain this. From this dispassion towards sense objects is born, and the fruit of this is calmness. This is just I read the meaning in English. See, muhur muhuhu dosha drishtya, repeatedly withdrawing from the sense objects through a process of observation of their defects. Okay, so when you see any objects or any of this, say like money, for example, dhanam, or if you are seeing a name and fame or any relationship, you analyze it through our own experiences and find out, see the dosha drishtya, you see the defect of that objects, what this has done to me, or what this is going to be, and what this is doing to me. Think about it. Did it not cause disturbance in my mind? Did it not trouble me? Right? So dosha drishti muhur muhuhu, repeatedly, again and again, every moment. Okay, whenever the mind is getting attached to, see, any result of all actions is definitely an object only. An action's fruit will be an object, definitely. And this object will be either money or property, or it will be a relationship, or it will be a name and fame. This is called Vitteshana, Putreshana, and Lokeshana. So this defect of these objects, repeatedly analyzing it, repeatedly contemplating on it, dosha drishtya muhur muhu, what it will lead to? It will lead to dispassion towards these objects. Naturally it will lead to dispassion, vairagyam, and then the fruit will be calmness, right? So that is samam. The samam is the contemplative state of mind. Now you will understand this. Such a mind is ever steadily focused, and that is vyavasayika buddhi rekha. We explained earlier that one pointedness, only Atma Satyam, right? Thus, repeatedly withdrawing it from the sense objects. See, mind is the only thing, okay? In between the Sthulam and the Brahmam, the mind is the one which we use as a pole to jump, right? So to the pole vault. So this mind is the one. With the same mind only, it has to turn inwards. It has to turn inwards. How we turn inwards is by dosha drishtya, seeing the dosham or the defects of the objects of the world. That will lead to dispassion, and then the atma vicharam will be steady, and it will lead to calmness. That is shamaha. This is sarva sankalpa sannyasam. When so this is what the fourth verse is. यदा हि नेन्द्रियार्थेषु न कर्मस्वनुषज्जते सर्वसंकल्पसन्न्यासी योगारूढस्तदोच्यते. Okay. Also, we have seen that outward appearance of this jnani is totally different. You look at all the jnanis that we know, right? You look at right from Bhishma Pitamaha. You take how dynamic he was, or Bhagavan Vedavyasa, or look at Bhagavan Krishna, or so many in the Puranas also. Say anyone you take, Mahabali, right? Ambarish Charitam you take, King Janaka, Ashtavakra, or in recent times you take Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami Vivekananda, Adi Shankaracharya, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. Then so many, there are so many, means so many are there. In Itihasa you take Mahabharata, there is Vyadha, Veda Vyadha, right? Dharma Vyadhan. So like that, if you take anyone, outward appearance will be totally different, and their actions will be totally different. In recent times also, there are so many whom we know, some we may not know, because we are looking only at their actions. So we will never come to know. So by outward appearances you cannot make out, and also by their actions or inaction. Some may be in action, some may not be. There are so many yogis and jnanis in the Himalayas or in other places, who are not at all in the transaction. So they are also jnanis. They are jnanis, Brahma jnanis. They need you. We will never come across them. We will never know. So these are not the marks of a jnani. Outward appearance or their actions or not action. But then what is uh, the mark is, one thing is, there will be absolutely no ragam and dvesham. They will not be sticky towards the objects or towards this raga and dvesha will be totally absent in them, and complete calmness, shanti will be there, and in their presence we will experience the shanti also. In their presence, just go to them, in their presence we will find that calmness, we will realize that calmness. Okay. And they why do we say this, that outward appearances or the actions? Because all that is not Brahman, right? When you look at someone, you are actually looking at a body, and the actions, we look at the mind. Then we will know, we will think that, oh, okay, this person is like this. Whereas for them, they don't have the deha bhimanam. They don't consider themselves as this deham. So they are Brahman. And as we know, Brahma vida apnoti param. One who knows Brahman, he attains the param. He is Brahman only. So we don't see them as Atma. That is the reason why, see the differences. Actually, there is no difference. Sarvam Brahmamayam. So that is the anubhavam of a Brahmajnani. Right. Then, how to achieve this yogarudhatva? How to achieve this? How is it possible to reach that state? Can anyone give? Can anyone give this? You go to a guru. Can the guru give this in a plate, or even by words also? Can he give it to you? Give it to you? No, it is not possible. We can go to the topmost guru also. Still, it is not possible to get or become a brahmajnani or something. It is not possible. Next verse 6:5. Uddharedatmanatmanam naatmanamavasadayed आत्मैव ह्यात्मनो बन्धुः आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः उद्धरेदात्मनात्मानं नात्मानमवसादयेत् आत्मैव ह्यात्मनो बन्धुः आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः. There are so many atmas coming here. Each atma has got different meaning here. This is very famous verse. And this clearly tells us that it is impossible that someone can give it to you. Someone can give you sannyasa. Someone can give you this brahmajnanam like this. It is not possible. Like you give a gift, or like you give some other knowledge, etc. This cannot be given like this. It is impossible. Someone has to lift. Each one has to lift themselves up. Uddhared atman atmanam. Uddhared. Lift yourself to the yogarudha state. We have to, each one of us must lift ourselves to the yogarudhatvam. Atmana. Using buddhi. Okay? Using buddhi. Which buddhi? That buddhi with the tattva bodham, with the knowledge, with the Brahma Vidya, or through Vedantic teachings. Through Vedantic teachings, Atmana Atmanam Uddhared. The first Atmana means buddhi. Second, Atmanam. Which Atmanam? The mind that is illusioned. That is illusioned by the samsara. One who is in ignorance, total ignorance, illusion or moham, or what is the moham? Moham is this karma. By doing any karma, we will get something, and by getting that something, we will be happy. See, every one of us, right from the ant to the Brahma, Abrahma Pipilikanda, everyone is doing karma for happiness only. Everyone is in action for happiness only, for pleasure only. Right? That buddhi is illusioned buddhi, and that is samsaram. So Atmana Using the buddhi, atmanam uddared. We have to lift ourselves to the state of yogaruda. What buddhi? Tattva bodham. The Vedantic knowledge that your true nature is happiness. You are Brahman, Tattvamasi. This Vedanta Vakya Sravanam is necessary, and then we have to contemplate on it, Mananam, and then Nididhyasanam. So, this process is the Buddhi which lifts the illusioned mind to the state of Yogarudha. Atmanam na avasadayed. Don't make the mind fall down. Atmanam na avasadayed. Don't make it fall or plunge into the darkness. Don't make the mind fall down by running after the sense objects. These sense objects are temporary. All this is the Deha Buddhi. This Deham is constantly deteriorating. This body will fall. This body has got absolute no reality in it, right? Knowing this, Atmanam na avasadayed. Don't make this fall down by running after the sense objects. Atma eva. That mind which is racing to the level of yoga rutaha, Atmanaha bandhuhu. That mind which lifts you up to the level of yoga aruda is the bandhuhu. Atma eva, which runs after that mind which runs after the objects, indriya vishayaha. That mind which runs after the objects, atmanaha ripuhu. That mind is the enemy. That mind which is illusioned by the thought that the objects of this world is going to give me happiness, that mind covers the jnanam, covers the santosham, covers the real eternal happiness, which is our true nature. So, the mind which is illusioned by this thought that the objects of this world is going to give me happiness is the ripu, is the enemy, whereas a mind which lifts yourself up to the level of yoga rudha, to the equanimity of the mind, to the state of permanent equanimity of the mind, that mind is your bandhu. That is your bandhu. So, uddhared atmanatmanam. It's a beautiful verse. See, the same verse is told differently. Uttishtada, Jagrada, Prapyavaran Nibodhada. Is in Kathopanishad. Uttishtada, Prapyavaran Nibodhada. Find a true guru, find a real guru, and till then, Nibodhada, you get yourself lifted up. Know it. Know the Atma Tattvam. Till you reach Uttishtada, Jagrada. That is the Kathopanishad. This is very famous, and Swami Vivekananda's favorite quote comes from this only, this verse, Uttishtada Jagrata. And another verse is Viveka Chudamani, so Bhagavan Adi Shankara has written, Uddhared Atmanatmanam Magnam Samsara Varidho Yoga Rudhatvam Samyak Darshana Nishtayam. Uddhared Atmanatmanam. That first, that half is same. Then Magnam Samsara Varidho Yoga Rudhatvam Asadya. See, this verse before this is the explanation of Yoga Rudha, how to reach Yoga Rudhatvam. It is what is this verse. Uddhared Atmanatmanam na Atmanam Asadya. So Bhagavan Adi Shankara says Yoga Rudhatvam Asadya Samyak Darshana Nishtaya. Samyak Darshana Drishtaya. Get established in the awareness of self. Do not insult the Atma by calling it man, woman, all that. Samyak Darshanam is important. Whereas Samyak Darshanam is not there in an illusion mind. We see differently, right? Man, woman, this caste, that caste, right? He is Brahmana, he is Shudra, he is from India, he is from Karnataka, he is from uh, Tamil Nadu, or he is from America, like that. Then there are various other identification we give, superimpositions. I am father, I am mother, this is my daughter, this is my son, etc. All these kinds of superimposition. And the single person itself, he himself takes himself as I am father, I am son, like that. And all these superimpositions, we have to drop it off. And you see the same in others also. When you look at yourself as Atma, first you realize this Atma Tattvam, you are Atma, right? There is no difference between the Atma and Paramatma. There is absolutely no difference at all. This is Samyak Darshanam. Samyak Darshanam is, suppose you take hundreds of thousands of uh, like gata or brick or anything that is made of clay or a cup, etc. Right? You see the clay. Everything is clay only. 100% clay. Suppose you take a gada, a pot. You take a pot. Is it not 100% clay? Is there 50% pot and 50% clay? No. It is 100% clay only. And all ghatas or all the bricks or anything that is made of clay is 100% clay only. Mrittikeva satyam. Even though it may appear differently, everything is same Brahman only. There is no difference between, or you take ornaments. These are all Upanishad Satyam. You take ornaments, various kinds of ornaments, various shapes. But gold is the truth. Is there 50? Suppose you take a necklace, is there 50% necklace and 50% gold? No. The whole necklace is gold only. 100% it is gold. That is Samyak Darshanam. So in this Samyak Darshanam, there is no Veda Buddhi. There is no Raga and Dvesha. This is Uddaredatmanatmanam Magnam Samsara Varidhau. We have fallen into the ocean of samsara, means karma. It's karma. Karma, any action that we perform, somehow or other, we are attached to the fruits of these actions. Remove the attachment towards the fruits of actions. That removes the attachment, ragam and dvesham, no hatred towards anyone. Absolutely no hatred towards anyone. And there is no special attachment towards anyone. Let it be son or father or mother or daughter or your friend. No. No special attachment. That is Samyak Darshanam. Right? Yoga Rudhattvamasadya Samyak Darshana Nishtaya. See this Bandhu, this point is very important here. Bandhu, Atmanaha Bandhu. Here there is a story. Puranjana Kadha Sandarbham. We will discuss 10-15 minutes. 10 minutes. This story is from Srimad Bhagavatam. It's called Puranjanopakyanam. Puranjanopakyanam is very famous in Srimad Bhagavatam. Puranjana means, we'll just discuss the story here now. This is the right place. Puranjana means one who creates bodies. Puranjana meaning. Puram means deha. Puram means body. So Puranjana means one who creates or makes bodies is Puranjana. This Puranjanan, he is from now there is a Prithu in the clan of Prithu. There is one king. His name is Prachina Barhis. Okay, Prachina Barhis. This Prachina Barhis, he was doing a lot of yagas and yajnas. Okay, he is totally into the karma kanda, and he was performing many rituals. He's a great king. See what Bhagavatam says is that the with the darba he is using, we use darba, all that rituals. With this darba, this grass, darba grass, this can cover the whole earth. So you can imagine how much yaga and yajna he has been performing. But he did not have Atmajnana. So Narada Maharshi, he saw this and then he felt so sorry for him. So he decided that he is the right person to receive Atmajnana. So he went and explained Prachina Barhas this story. He tells the story of Puranjanopakhyana, very famous. So Puranjana means, as I told, it means one who creates purams, one who creates dehams, right? See, each jiva has created a body, right? Each jiva has created a body out of what? Out of some unfulfilled desires in the previous janma. This jivan has created a body. So this Puranjanan, and he had a friend. Both of them were close friends, but his friend cannot be seen. He is invisible. This invisible friend, he left this invisible friend, and this Puranjanan, he was looking for a proper house, and he was searching for a proper house. And he was searching and searching and searching, and at the end, he found a house which has 9 gates. He found a house which has 9 gates. Okay, Navadwaram. You can 9 holes you can take. He found a house with the 9 gates, and then he started living there happily. So as soon as he started living, he found a beautiful girl nearby. So he fell in love with that girl, and they immediately got attracted, and they got married. This lady, she has 10 servants. She had 10 servants, and also she is protected by a serpent which has 5 heads. Okay, Anjitala Nagam. So she was protected by 5-headed serpent also. And they were having a lot of fun and dough and etc. And they had children. And then living happily. Then suddenly, bad times started coming into their lives. Okay, so there was a Gandharva by name Gandharva Adhipati. He was Gandharva Adhipati. His name is Chandavega. Okay, Chandavega, Gandharva Adhipati, he attacked his Puram, his house. He attacked his house. This Chandavega attacked his house and then started pulling down even the Nagam, the five-headed Nagam. It attacked that also, which was protecting her, right? Which was protecting the Buddhi, which was protecting his wife Puranjani, and pulled her down. Then, when the 5-headed Nagam was pulled down, they were shattered, and then both of them cried together. They couldn't help, they couldn't do anything. Puranjana as well as his wife Puranjani, both of them were crying and crying, and then ultimately they The Puranjana died. Yeah, Puranjana died. This Puranjana died, and then he is Puranjana reborn as a girl or a daughter of Vidarbha king. He was born as a daughter of Vidarbha king, and this is called she is called Vaidarbi. So this Vaidarbi, she at the right time she got married to a king who is very much a Brahmajnani. So she got married into him, and he was in the proper path of spirituality, and both of them lived together. His name is Malayadhwaja Pandya. His name is Malayadhwaja Pandya, and both of them were living together. And this king, at when he became old and he became a Jivan Mukta, and he dropped his body, and then this Vaidarbi also was very sad, and she wanted to enter into the same fire, Chitagni. She also wanted to die. That time, this old friend, right? His old friend, Puranjana's old friend, who was invisible friend, he came and he asked, "Hey, Vaidarbi, who are you? And what is this? That body that went into the fire? What happened? You left me. I have been with you all the time, but you ignored me. And you ignored me, and then you left this place, and you left and looking for a house, and then you became the Puranjana, and then afterwards you died, and then you came as Vaidarbi, and you are not this body. Your true nature is Atma, etc. And this friend, old friend, explained to her, and then she realized, and she said that we were both of us were friends. We were two Hamsas. We were two swans in the Manas Sarovar. We were two in the Manas Sarovar, but you forgot who your true nature, and you left me, and then you started this journey of this, etc. His friend explained, and then she realized her true nature, and this is the story told by Narada to Prachina Barhis. So then Prachina Barhis asked, "Okay, I understood the story, but I did not understand clearly. There is no clarity in it. Can you please explain it clearly?" Then Bhagavan Narada says, "This Puranjana is the Jiva. Puranjana means Jivan. This Jivan, when it forgets its true nature, this friend, which is an invisible friend, is Paramatma, Brahman, which cannot be perceived by the sense organs, which is behind the mind, which is behind even the buddhi, which is the adhishtanam of everything. The whole universe is an appearance in Brahman, which cannot be seen, which can be only understood the way it is. So you are Brahman. So this is being told by this is the invisible friend. The invisible friend is Paramatma, and the Jiva is Puranjanan, and the Puram, the house that you got, is this body with the 9 holes, the 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, mouth, and the two holes below. So these are the 9 holes. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is the 9 gates, and this Puram is the house, is the body. So you entered into the body and you lived. And the girl next door, the that you fell in love, is the buddhi. It is the intellect. So the buddhi was deluded by, or protected by, the five, which is protected by the five, is the pranas. Okay, the five-hooded serpent, the five-headed serpent is the prana, panja prana, right? We explained this panja pranas, and the 10 brityas, The 10 servants that the Buddhi has, they are the 5 karmendriyas and 5 jnanendriyas. 5 karmendriyas and the 5 jnanendriyas. And when this Puranjana, this Puram was attacked, his Puram, this house was attacked. Attacked by what? Chandavega, the Gandharvan. The Gandharvan, that is a Kalam, the Kalan. The Kalan is Mrityu or the Jara, the old age and diseases, etc., that comes and then trying to take his life off. That is the Chandavega. And then one more, Kala Kanyaka also attacked him. What is this Kala Kanyaka? Kala Kanyaka, which attacked, is the Mrityu Bhayam, the fear of death. That also attacked him, and then he couldn't do anything. The Buddhi also couldn't do anything. Then it pulled down the five-headed serpent, dragged it down, and then finished. When the pranas are over, when the pranas are attacked, nobody can do anything. Right? This is the real fact. This is the fact of life. We look around, we will know. When this attacks, this Kala Kanyaka, Mrityu Bhayam attacks, and when the Pancha Pranas are removed, there is nothing but only crying is remaining. And this Puranjanan was crying and crying, thinking about his wife. So anyone who is unfulfilled desire, thinking of the last moment, whatever he thinks, he will become that. Bhagavad Gita says. And this Puranjana became the Vaidarbhi. He is born as a girl to Vidarbha, and because of the satsang with her husband, as is her husband Malayadwaja Pandya, he was a saint, so he was in the spirituality, and because of that satsang, she started at the end when he died with the dukkham, etc. She started thinking about herself. What is my true nature? That is the time his friend coming. Here is what I want to tell. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhuhu. For that point only, the story was explained. That Atma only, Atma eva, that mind which does not run after the objects, but that mind which has the tattva bodham, right, which is rising to the level of yoga rudha, that mind is the bandhu. That mind is the bandhu. This is the story's clear explanation, Puranjanobhakyanam. So it is the jiva which wrongly identifies as this body mind, wrongly identifies as the various superimpositions, right? That mind which forgets its true nature, that is the friend. That is forgetting Bhagavan. One who forgets Bhagavan, one who forgets God and runs after the objects of the world, thinking that they are going to give me pleasure and happiness, is the Ripu, is the enemy here, right? Also, one more important thing which I want to discuss here. See, this word says Uddhared Atman Atmanam. You have to lift yourself up. Then we also know about the fate, right? Whatever you do, the fate is something which happens to everyone. Then why should I do anything at all? Suppose I don't become a jnani, it's okay, that's the fate. Suppose I become a jnani, that is also fate. Then why should I bother? Why should I lift myself up? This is a doubt which many people has. Whatever I do, the fate supersedes everything. Fate will decide. Why should I do at all anything? Is it not? So here, there is something which I want to discuss. One is, what is the difference between this fate, or what is the connection, the fate and willpower? Willpower and fate, how they affect our lives. With this, we'll discuss. See, each one of us, okay, thinking, imagine that we are somehow left our home. We have left our home. Say, for example, my home is in Bangalore. I left Bangalore and then somehow I reached some other place, say Delhi, for example. Now, I am in a lot of trouble in Delhi. Many problems I face and all that. So, there is a point which I decide enough. I want to go home. Okay. So, the decision that I take to go back to my home is your willpower. The decision that each jiva takes to merge with the Paramatma or realize the true self is the willpower. And once each jiva, some may be in Delhi, some may be in Bombay, some may be in Kashmir, some may be in America or wherever. So wherever they are, the decision that they take that I will go back my home, I want to go back to my home is the willpower. Then they take a ticket from Delhi. I take a ticket. I board the train. And while coming back, there may be, say, maybe 15 or 20 stations. Some stations will have vegetarian food. Some stations will have only coffee and some vada or something. Some stations will have maybe pan and cigarette selling. Some stations may have nothing. So when you are returning from Delhi to your home, the stations which provides whatever it is, that is fixed. I have no control on that. But I still decide I may get down, maybe take some snacks, but get back to the train. Again, at every station, whatever is available, I may use, I may not use, but I will go home. Right? In E.T. movie, E.T. go home, he says. No. So like that, I decide to go home, irrespective of whatever comes in my way while returning. That is fate. But the decision to go home, the decision to stay myself in equanimity, the decision that I will keep myself calm at all times, seeing dosha drishti in every objects of this world, keeping my mind in Atma, keeping my mind in God, keeping my mind in Bhagavan, that is, there is no deviation, there is no distraction. And I accept whatever is in this path as Bhagavan's prasada, that is fate. So, this is the difference between a free will or a willpower and the fate. Someone who has misunderstood this will not get it. So, it is definitely each jiva's responsibility to look into themselves and find their true nature. So, Uddhared Atmanatmanam. Bhagavan clearly says, you have to lift yourself up. Nobody can give you in a plate Atmajnanam. It has to be found by individuals, by proper study and contemplation and apply in own life. Because each one is different. Some is in Delhi, some are in Mumbai, some are in America, as I told. So the path is different. Their returning path will be different. So in that path, they might have to face various obstacles or various situations, I would rather say. So these situations are fixed. Nobody can change. But the decision to stay, decision to go home will never change. That is willpower. Okay. This story of this going home and then coming back, I heard from a Mahatma, so it stuck in my mind. This is a very clarity in the free will or the willpower and the fate. Many people have got wrong notion. Some people argue Vidandavadam that, oh, everything is fate, then why should I do at all anything like that? It is not so. Uddhared Atmana. Bhagavan says, Uddhared Atmanatmanam na Atmanam avasadayed. Atmaiva Hyatmano Bandhu, Atmaiva Ripuratmana. You are your own enemy, you are your own friend. You have to lift yourself up from this samsara dukkham. You have to lift. If you want to stay happy and calm, and if you want the shanti in your life, you have to work yourself. Nobody can help you. That is very clear here. 6.6. Bandhuratmat manastasya yenatmaivatmana jitaha anatmanastu shatrutve varted atmaiva shatruvat. One more time. Bandhuratmat manastasya yenatmaivatmana jitaha anatmanastu shatrutve varted atmaiva shatruvat. Yena, by the spiritual sadhaka, by the satyanveshi, atmana eva here, using the intellect which has understood tattvam. Actually, this is the same only, almost is a continuation of the previous verse. Understood tattvam, that is sarvam brahmamayam. There is absolutely nothing other than Bhagavan here. Sarvam khalvidam brahma ekameva advitiyam. All these mahavakyas, it's all clearly says one who has understood atmana eva, using the intellect which has really understood clearly in their intellect, atma jitaha, conquered the deluded mind, right? The deluded mind is mind which thinks that the objects or this world is real. The world is real, and then this is going to give me happiness. That deluded mind, my happiness stays outside me. That is atma jitaha. And how this can be removed only by non-duality, right? Non-duality. That is, without advaitam, this is impossible. Atma jitaha tasya atmanaha, for that jnani, tasya atmanaha atma bandhuhu. See, again, atma bandhuhu, his mind which is ready for atmanubhavam is the bandhu. Is the bandhu. Bandhu is one, bandhu is relative. This relative is always ever ready to help you. He helps you at all times. The Atma, the mind, which knows the Tattvam very clearly, that Jnani, which is ready for Atma Anubhavam, that Shanti is the Bandhu. That mind is your Bandhu, right? It clearly helps to differentiate between what is truth and what is unreal. Anatmanaha tu. Anatmanaha means whose mind is deluded by anatma vastu. Anatma vastu is jada vastu. Jadam, the names and forms. All the names and forms that you see without the Chaitanyam. Without the Chaitanyam. Don't think dead body. This dead body is not like that. Dead body also has Chaitanyam in it. Only the prana has left. That's all. Okay. So, Anatma Vastu is all the names and forms. See, like Anatma Vastu is clear. You take a necklace. Necklace has got a shape and name. Necklace is the name and it has got a shape. And the gold is the truth. The shape and name, it does not have any existence without the gold in it. That name and form is what we are talking about. That is Jadam. The name and form is the Jadam. Whereas the Chaitanyam is the truth. The Chaitanyam is there in all the thing that is there. Even in the dead body appears as dead body is because of Chaitanya. Okay. So that anatma vastu, anatmanahatu, whose mind is deluded by names and forms, atma eva, that is that antakaranam, that mind, antakaranam, shatruvad, like an enemy, shatrutve varted, always troubles, always a deluded mind, a mind which is which thinks the names and forms are real will trouble you at all times. Whereas a mind, Atma Eva, that using the intellect which has understood the Tattvam, Vedanta Tattvam, which clearly defines this Yoga Rudatvam, etc., that which has conquered the mind which is deluded, right? That mind, Bandhuhu, is Bandhuhu. One more time, Bandhuratmatmanastasya येनात्मैवात्मना जितः अनात्मनस्तु शत्रुत्वे वर्तेदात्मैव शत्रुवत्. Okay, we'll continue from next class, 7th verse onwards. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Om Harihi Om.